What's goody? It's your boy and I'm back with another banging video. It's another Dreadhead reaction. And look bro, I did this other Elvis video, bro. Y'all went crazy. Y'all told me I need to do more Elvis. And this was the one that came up the most in the comments. I told y'all I'll be watching the comments. It be so many, I try to like at least comment back on as many as I can. But bro, I did not know he was like this, bruh. There's been a lot of different type of vibes I've been getting. And the last song I did from Elvis, it was more of a sincere vibe. He had an awesome performance, and there was a lot going on at that time. And y'all was speaking to me in the comments about what was really going on, and it was If I Can Dream. And y'all told me it had a lot to do with what was going on at the time, and I didn't know he represented for all that. So it just made me appreciate him even more as an artist. I loved him as the king of rock and roll, the king of pop, you know what I'm saying, the performance, but all that. But when you stand up for something that's bigger than you, it makes me all the more fan of you. So the fandom is huge right now. So with that being said, this was highly requested. We got Elvis Presley in the Ghetto. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. Just spaz up at the bottom. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm trying to get the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and you can be the one to help me to reach my goal. We're going to get that soon, so praise. Join the fam, bro. Let's be a part of it. We're going to do great things together. Let's jump into it. Let's get it.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
Oh.
And his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she don't need.
Look, I appreciate Elvis, man. To become a superstar like this, to do all the great things he does, to have all these women, all these women passing out when he walks by, when he's performing, to still be, you know, resonating with his roots, to still be appreciating his roots, to still be speaking out on the topics that he speaks. As an artist, I ain't gonna lie, that made me like him a lot more. And I loved him before, just for the performance, just for the music, just for the great sound, you know, the reason why you love him. But honestly, every artist, you know what I'm saying, any artist that takes the time out to speak on something, especially when he doesn't need to do that, he just got a lot more love from me. So bro, we're gonna be doing a lot more Elvis on the channel. Make sure you're dropping down the next one we should be checking out. One question before we jump back in the video. What was the first Elvis song you ever heard? Please drop that down in the comments. Join the conversation. It's a conversational style video. It's a family thing. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's what I do. We talk, you know what I'm saying, and we rock with the great sounds. But with that being said, we just gonna go ahead and jump back into it. Let's get it.
There's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
Ooh.
People, don't you understand that y'all need to help me?
Hey.
You're gonna be an angry young man someday. And take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way?
Are we too blind to see, or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Yo, and I honestly feel like as human beings, that's something we should regret, because that's what we always do. His lyrics really resonate with this one. Honestly, his outfit is crazy. Let's not miss that. Before I even jump into what I'm about to say, yeah, but we always do, you know. Honestly, if it's not your problem, it's not your family, you know, it's not affecting you, don't you turn your head and look the other way. That's not a lie. And I've possibly been a you know, not even, I don't want to say a victim, but I probably been victim to doing that myself. You know what I'm saying? I probably done it. You know, and that's just how we're arranged as people. If it's not my problem, if it's not something that somebody is associated with me, it doesn't affect me, I don't have to, you know, mess with that. But that's what I was speaking on, and the first time I stopped it, and I said, you know, sometimes you gotta stand out. I was watching this show about heroes, and they said that heroes always intervene and butt in when it's not necessary, when it doesn't have anything to do with them. That's what makes them a hero. And I feel like that kind of makes Elvis kind of a hero for speaking on this and putting that into his music and speaking on these topics, because not only because he's pushing for that agenda, because he has such a power and such a fan base to where just the fact that he's saying that he can change minds. I feel like that's a serious topic, and I feel like he's a beautiful artist for doing that. It makes me love him even more. We're gonna be doing a lot more Elvis coming soon on that channel. I mean, I got to, because not only the love for his sound and his music, which is immaculate, the instrumental is crazy, and even the quality for the video at this time is dope. But what he's standing for and what he's doing right here is what's gonna make me a super fan. Let's jump back into it though.
Well, the world turns, and a hungry little boy with the runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto.
Oh,
And his hunger burns. So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto.
now hold up. I don't know that if those bars flew past y'all right quick. The hunger burns. You know what I'm saying? That young boy. So he learns how to steal and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. And I feel like if that blew past some people's heads, I feel like he's speaking on the fact that there's no other way for them to get it. You're hungry. You have no money, no job. Jobs don't want to hire. They're not calling you back. And what else you gonna do besides drug deal, steal, and do all these things? Because either you do that or you don't eat. You wither away from hunger. I feel like he understands the struggle. Where is Elvis from? Drop that down in the comments. Not only does he understand the struggle, I could actually feel like, you know what I'm saying, from his lyrics, personally, he's probably seeing this firsthand. Just because these artists become these people and they get to this stardom, they're still human and they still came from someplace. So he could have came from the ghetto. And I feel like that's kind of where it stems from. I feel like that's why he chose to like go out his way to make this song, because he's the king of pop, he's the king of rock. He didn't have to go in and speak on these type of topics. That just makes it even more, you know, touching for me. I appreciate that. I love it. As an artist, I respect him even so much more. He's gonna get a crazy high rating on this one. Like but the sound and everything. He took his time with this one. He gave it some great lyrics, and passionate, powerful message. Let's jump back into it.
In desperation, the young man breaks away. He buys a gun, he steals a car, he tries to run, but he don't get far, and his mama cries.
Yo.
As a crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto. And as the young man dies.
Dang, and see, this goes back to, and I don't know who's watching this video, but this is just gonna bring me back to a topic Tom McDonald was speaking on. It's all systematic. It's all set up for that. And I don't know if you're a believer, and I don't know if you're not a believer, you know what I'm saying? And the system doesn't get everybody. Some people get past it and everything, but that's what I'm talking about. He had no other option but to go steal and fight and shoot and do these things for that. And then all he does is end up dead and in jail. Or in jail. In the ghetto, that's just how it happens every day. And I feel like people turn their heads, like he said, his lyrics mean so much. I feel like people turn their heads, like he say, because they turn a blind eye to it, because it's not happening to them. But every single day, this is happening in the ghetto. Every single day we have a young man dying, and even if it's some bad things he was doing, even if he was stealing, he was fighting, he was shooting, you don't know what his reasoning was for that. Maybe that's the only way he had to feed his family, was to rob that person. I don't feel like while we have people with billions of dollars, with too much money to spend, and then we have people that don't know where their next meal coming from, people that haven't eaten in a week. You know, this is an insane setup, and I think if you guys listen closely, that's really what he's getting at. And if you haven't ever been to the ghetto, it's not something you'll understand, honestly, and I don't expect everybody to understand it, because you haven't seen those circumstances. If you haven't seen something, it may not even seem like it's real to you, you know? But this is stuff that's happening every day in the ghetto, and I appreciate that, man. He actually painted a picture. Like, this story was very vivid. I could actually see, you know, I'm from certain places. Like, I'm from the ghetto, so I know how this goes down every day. And I know that people say, oh, this system you're talking about isn't true. Well, yeah, because it's not affecting you. Of course you're gonna feel like it's not real. Like, if an NFL player says that, oh, as a running back we're not getting paid as much as the other players, well, oh, shut up and just play. That's what we tell him. Why? Because it's not affecting us, but it's affecting his livelihood. And that's kind of a good way for me to try to put that into perspective. But let's jump back into it.
On a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto.
Hey!
And his mama cried.
Okay, that's the end of it, guys. He was very passionate about this one. And I seen in the comments y'all let me know that he was from like a certain type of area. So definitely think that he could understand the people. Understand, even though he's at the level he is, he's making all that money, and he's a great man like he is, and everybody praises him. He still looks out for the little man. I gotta appreciate that, man. But like I said, man, this gives me something to speak on. In the ghetto, this happens a lot, you know. One man dies trying to feed his family, and then there's another kid being born that can't be fed. Well, are too many mouths to feed. It's a story as old as the end of time. I feel like this was very, 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 very motivational. I feel like he pushed a lot of people to see something that they didn't see. As an artist, when you get that power, when you get to that level, you know, you could just be great and not care and turn that blind eye. But no, he chose to speak on this. He chose to be greater than great to me, and that's really what it's all about. And I'm not gonna lie. When I get to that point and I start going crazy, I'm gonna still make sure I speak on these topics. I'm not saying that I know for sure, but I know for sure because I'm banking on hard work and consistency. The growth and progression is what I'm banking on. I'm not gonna let up. So if I'm being more consistent than everybody else and I'm working harder than them, then obviously my dreams are gonna come true. I'm not banking on a one-hit wonder scheme. I'm not banking on something just coming to me, or I'm just winning the lottery, or I just get $100,000 out the blue. No, I'm banking on my hard work ethic and working tirelessly day and night, you know what I'm saying, to get out the ghetto, to be able to pay for these things for my family and be able to change these lives and change the course of the future for not only me and other people. This song meant a lot to me. I thought it was great. I'm gonna give it a second look because I really want to listen to the lyrics, take a deep dive into it. So Elvis is a great artist. I love him. I thought this was a great song. If I had to rate this, I'm gonna go ahead and rate this one a 270 out of 10. Highest rating on the channel. Why? Because not only was it great rock from the king of rock and roll and pop, you know what I'm saying, or the king of pop, you know what I'm saying, whatever genre y'all throwing this in, I love it either way. Not only was it a great song, it was a great message. Something he didn't need to speak on. A lot of artists are afraid to speak on these type of topics, so I gotta give him another up for that. Really enjoyed this, guys. If you got another Elvis video that you want me to check out, drop it down in the comments. But you gotta like the video and subscribe to the channel. You feel me? Join the fam to get your reaction done. With that being said, we've been going crazy on these Elvis videos. I'm gonna have a lot more for you guys coming, so I appreciate you. I hope you know what it is. Until next time, much dig.